welcome to Sister Story Time.
We want to take this opportunity to share different events that happened during our infertility as sisters, because I felt like we're connected as sisters, but we also were disconnected, where we were able to reconnect. So I want to start off by saying I was the one that actually was disconnected from you. Once I found out that you were pregnant the second time,
Right.
I felt like, I was kind of fading out. We were all grieving because you had lost the first baby,
Right.
which was baby Wooten. And that was just terrible. And I felt like I needed to support you
Right.
during that time.
Right.
As a sister and as a big sister.
Right.
And so as we were grieving, I thought that once, you lost the baby, okay, God, now we could do this together. We're going to hash and talk and say, hey,
Pregnant together, because
pregnant
together. Yeah.
Pregnant together, we get this together. But then you got pregnant again. You started a little earlier than me.
I did.
A little early than me. You got pregnant again with Tana. And so I think that's where I disconnect, because then you were high risk pregnant,
Right.
Your high risk pregnancy.
Right.
And so all the attention was on you, which is completely fine, because it needs to be on you. We didn't want you to lose another baby.
Right.
But I felt myself fading out of the picture. And I think family, friends, loved ones, they forgot that I was struggling, because I also could not.
Nobody checked on you.
No one checked on me.
Yeah. No one checked on you. After losing baby Wooten,
Yeah.
then going to having Tana, the focus was on Talisha.
Yeah. And I didn't want to, be that bad vibe. Like, Tiffany's here.
Yeah.
I didn't want to be a nasty taste when I'm around, being social and stuff. So I felt myself, I had to disconnect. And I don't think it was necessarily you wanting to disconnect, but I felt like I had to pull myself away. And it wasn't too much of like, we still called each other.
Yeah.
We still.
That just wasn't a topic of the conversation.
Yeah, that would stay off the table.
Right. Right.
That would stay off the table. Yeah. And I think, just, I don't know.
When would you say, do you remember the moment that you got that disconnect? Was it when I found I was pregnant with Tana, after having Tana? Because I feel like you were around.
Yeah.
When after Tana, you and Tana were like this. Because you were like,
that was my buddy.
Yeah. Y'all got pictures of y'all like having those moments.
Yes.
And I felt, so it had to be when I found out I was pregnant with Tana.
Yeah, I think it was, because I don't even think you told me right away. I think you kept it a secret because you...
It was sensitive. You're my sister and you were trying to get pregnant.
Yeah.
And I just had lost the baby, went through that, and then here I am pregnant again. And I'm like, yeah. How do I tell my sister that I'm pregnant again?
Yeah.
How does that conversation go?
Yeah. And so I think that's where the disconnect happened.
Okay.
We got disconnected once Tana... we found out that you were pregnant with Tana.
Right.
And I don't know. It wasn't that we stopped talking on the phone or anything. I guess we just didn't talk about baby stuff. Like, I wasn't involved into doing your baby shower. I wasn't involved in...
Well, you were involved in Tana's baby shower.
Was I?
Yeah, you did. 'Cause I got a picture. I'm holding the balloons.
I did show up.
It
was hard, y'all.
It was
hard.
I would say, and I could tell it was
hard.
And I didn't know how.
Yeah, it was hard. It was hard.
But you did help plan. But then I think it really got you with the twins.
Yeah, because this would be your third pregnancy.
Right.
This was your third pregnancy,
right.
And I think even with the twins, you got pregnant, and at your baby shower, I had to put face on.
Yeah.
I didn't go to a lot of people's baby showers.
Oh, yeah.
Yours, I did.
Right.
I was going to make sure that I was there.
Yeah.
But it was also difficult for me. And so with going to your baby shower, I remember taking a break and going to the car And I just sat in the car and cried for a couple
Yeah,
of minutes.
I didn't know that.
And I didn't tell Kent. I didn't tell anybody. I just said, I got to go to the car
But
real
I can
quick.
tell something was because you were sitting far back. You weren't
Mm-hmm.
in. It was difficult because you weren't involved, and I didn't want to make you involved in something that was hard for you.
Yeah.
Because I didn't even want to at first have a baby reveal. We knew they were twins, and I kept saying, I gotta call because you didn't even know I was having twins yet.
Yeah, I didn't know.
And I said, when we found out, I was excited, and I was like, I gotta tell Tiffany I'm having twins. And I never forget, I think we went out. Then we go out to the breakfast. I had brought Tana with us, and we had to sit down, and it was like weird.
Yeah, because I was talking to Kent, and I was like, Kent, because I felt the disconnect.
Right.
I saw the disconnect.
Yeah.
And so I was like, this ain't right. We shouldn't be like this. Yeah. And it feels weird. So let me have lunch with my sister.
Right.
And so we had lunch, but it was
just,
still off.
Yeah, because I was like, do you want to help?
Like, why are we here?
Like, it was weird. It was like, do you, and we're not that way. That's not us.
Yeah, that's not
us. So it's
us.
like, do you want to help? I didn't know where the boundaries were. And as people, we set boundaries,
Yeah.
So I'm like, I know she's going to set these boundaries, of what she wants. This is very sensitive to her, and here my sister, I'm thinking like you, my sister done had a baby. She's pregnant again. And now she's pregnant with twins. God,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm thinking. So I'm like, how do I incorporate her in this excitement that I'm having because I'm pregnant with twins? So then like I said, I didn't even want to do the baby reveal. And then I knew that was going to be off. I didn't want to call you and say, Tiffany, you want to help plan the baby? I didn't know where
I was.
Right. And I know, like, again, I use that word sensitive because I feel like, when something's like a wound and it's open and you don't touch that, you don't do much with that hand.
Yeah.
So I'm like, it's sensitive and I don't, know how to approach it,
Yeah. So I think that's the part where we were connected.
Right.
But we were disconnected as far as, not being, I guess, honest with each other.
Yeah, I would say that.
And so I think later on, do you remember how we reconnected?
So I do remember, like, after I had the twins, and I'm thinking to myself, like, my sister good. In my head, I'm thinking she good. They'll still try or whatnot, or she got her own thing going on. And I really wasn't involved. After I had my babies, I wasn't really involved with like my bad for not checking on you kind of thing. Because I wasn't checking on her, and I just thought it was like, I thought she was done. I thought she was like, kind of gave up, kind of sort of, and she wasn't.
Yeah.
So I'll never forget. And I think I mentioned this in our first episode that we moved out far. Me and Tyus moved out to Timbuktu, and I was still working in Nightdale, and I was in this phase in my life where I was like, God, what's next? And God said, I'm not finished with what we had already. You trying to move on to the next thing, and I still got work for you to do. And I was praying and asking God, what's next? And my sister's, she kept coming up in my mind, in my prayers, and praying. And you do those prayers, like, pray for my sister, touch her womb. And that's what my prayer was. I wasn't going into like, and I said, God, show me what you want me to do. I'll never forget as I'm going on the way to home, I had like a 30, 45 minute drive home, and I'm going home and I'm like, God, what we got going on. Me and God literally having a conversation in the car, no radio, no phone. I'm just driving. And it just kept saying, reach out to your sister, check on your sister, reach out. And that just kept playing in my head. Nothing else everything was blocked out. So I'll never forget, I got home one particular day and I called Tiffany and I said, Tiffany, I don't know what's going on with you and Kenton's progress. I don't know if you're still trying to conceive. I don't know if you still want a baby at this point, but God told me to reach out to you and to pray for you. And I'm sorry for not being there for you. And those were my words to her. And then when I say the tears that I heard on the other phone, she just like, sobbing.
Kim was like, did you hear some bad news? What is going on? What is going on? I couldn't get it out because you may not know, but I was praying God for help. Yeah. I needed help, and I needed help from someone that was in that same place but close to me.
Who better than your sister, right?
Sister.
Yeah.
Sister to sister.
Right. So I'll never forget. We kind of, after we calmed down from like, she's saying, I needed this. I wanted, this is what I was praying. I just prayed. She said, Talisha, I literally just prayed for this. And that just shows you the power of God and how he works. When people think that they don't hear him, and that would have not happened. I am not the type of person to just go to somebody and say, God told me to say, I am not. God has really got to do that and take me out my comfort zone. And I'm telling you, with this whole situation, he completely took me out of my comfort zone. I'm always like the one in the back of the scene, like, I'm praying for you. I'm praying. I got you. I'm going to send you a text, Pinterest, little thing. I got you, boo. So this was totally out of my comfort zone.
Yeah.
But I said, Tiffany, I don't know why. And I keep saying that, but I know why. God is calling me to literally pray for you. And I need you to, I don't want to do it over the phone. I don't want to do I need you to come over to my house. I'm going to cook dinner and everything. I need you and Kenton to come over here. And I need to literally, we need to talk. I need to pray for you. And they did. And she was like, yeah, we're there. When? And I was like,
I love to eat. I
cooked. And I was like, scared. I got the phone. I said, what did I just say?
Yeah.
I said, I'm going to do what?
Yeah.
And I was like, God, you got to help me through this. You told me you got to help me do this. I don't even know what to pray for. Like, what if I give her a promise? What if I tell her that what if I say that and it don't happen?
Yeah.
That's all the emotion that I had going through my mind. And y'all came over.
Yeah. We came over. We ate, and Titus and Talisha could cook. They need a food truck.
No, we don't.
I'm going to speak that in your life. You need a food truck.
No, ma'am.
But anyway, we had dinner. We sat down. You got on your knees.
Yeah.
And took your hands and prayed over my womb.
Yeah.
And I mean, you were there every step of the way.
Yeah.
Every doctor's appointment. How was your doctor's appointment? What did they say?
Yeah.
And then on top of that, you gave me, and I'll never forget, you gave me a baby blanket.
Yes.
And a baby pacifier. And you said, pray every day.
Yeah.
And me and Kent vowed to that. We was like, I would go to sleep early. Kent said, wake up. We got to pray. We got to pray over this baby. And we made a commitment. We prayed over that with the pacifier and the blanket. We prayed. Yeah. And then the rest is history.
Yeah. And that's how the reconnect happened. Because now it's like, you can't tell us nothing.
No. We've been through it all.
Right.
We've been through the connect.
Yes.
The disconnect and the reconnect.
Right.
So this was our story time.
Yes.
We are always happy for you to watch. We want you to subscribe and like. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and we always want your feedback.
Yes.
Till next time. Bye. Get ready for episode 3, Emotional Triggers, May 5th. And remember, sis, this journey may be tough, but so are you. Until next time, keep believing.